What's going on, Arizona Cardinals fans? It's your boy JP Football Fanatics back with you once again with another record prediction video. For this time, we are here to analyze to you the Arizona Cardinals schedule for the 2023-24 NFL season. If that sounds good, please be sure to drop a like on this video if you have not done so already. Also, be sure to also hit the subscribe button that is right below this video and also hit the notification bell as well, because anytime that you hit the notification bell, you guys will be the first people to know as far as when I post new content on here, whether if it's pre-recorded or it's live or vice versa, however that you want me to cover my videos and everything like that, and whatever interests you the most. You guys will be the first ones to be notified about it and be able to stay in sync as far as what I have posted. And let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Cardinals this year. Do you think they're above 500? Do you think they're below 500? Do you think they're a playoff or missing the playoffs this year? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's get started with the 2023-24 NFL season for the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? So the Arizona Cardinals, I've mentioned it a lot of times this year. I really do hate to really tell you guys, if you're Cardinals fans out there, that is, I believe you guys are going to be one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the entire NFL this year. I don't see you guys making the playoffs this year. I may win a game or two, but what do you really have left that's really going to signify who you are as a team? Kyler Murray, if your team does not have Kyler Murray on this team, you're not going to win very many games. If you don't have DeAndre Hopkins, which you're definitely not going to have him now because they just released him today, you're definitely not going to have a sustainable offense. So you have to book it on Marquise Brown. You have to book it on James Conner. And that's not going to be easy because both of those guys are players that are prone to get injured at any time, especially James Conner. So you're going to have a lot to really work for this year. And that's not a bad thing. I think if you start playing for the future now, you could build up your team again. So if you decide to move off on Kyler Murray during the, if you decide to move off at him at some point, during next season or whenever you decide to, and you want to go the number one overall pick for next draft season, that's something that you can definitely do. So I think this is a team. I think you guys should definitely be focusing more on next season, personally. So let's see what the schedule is going to look like this year. So you're probably not going to like a lot of things that I do say, but here are some things I'm going to say. Week 1, you play the Commanders. I think the Commanders beat you, especially at home. Yep, they have a nice, solid defense that's definitely going to take advantage of your weak offensive line that's not very good. And your defense also not very good as well, especially now that you don't have J.J. Watt anymore, who recently retired during the offseason. So the Commanders should be able to win that game. I think they'll be able to beat you guys, especially based off of defensive line. Now, could it be a trap game? And maybe this could be a game that you could win and maybe upset them in some way? Maybe, but you got to remember, too, you're playing across the country. That's not easy to do. You're playing in an outdoor field, so that's not going to be easy to do. So I think you guys are going to lose that one in week 1. Week 2, you play the New York Giants. I think the Giants, I do have the Giants are going to beat you. The Giants are going to beat you at home. I think the Giants are built for something really special going in the future. They have, they have Darren Waller now. They have Paris Campbell. They have a pretty solid offensive line. Daniel Jones, going to have a nice solid year, hopefully. Saquon Barkley, if he decides to come back during the offseason, he'll be there too and healthy and ready to go. And that will be something special for the Giants. So I think they can beat you guys at home. Week 3, you play the Cowboys. For the next few weeks, you got to play the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Bengals, and the Rams. So I have you guys losing to the Cowboys. I have you losing to the 49ers. I definitely have you losing to the Bengals. See, I don't like this. You start out with some really, really tough teams. This is not a very easy start of the season. So right now you're looking at 0-5 after 5 weeks. Then you go into week 6, and then you play the Rams, a divisional opponent. I have the Rams actually winning that game. Now, if there's anybody in the division that you probably could beat, I believe it's either going to be the Seahawks or it's going to be the Rams. I'll let you know as soon as I get there. But right now, the first one for the Rams, I have you guys losing to them. I don't think the Rams are that much better than the Cardinals are, but I trust Sean McVay way more than I trust Jonathan Gannon, rookie head coach here. I just don't see you guys really being able to take advantage of Aaron Donald. I don't see you guys being able to block him. I don't see you guys stopping Cooper Kupp. I really don't see it. Unless the Rams at that point are not healthy, then maybe you could steal a win away later on in the season. But early in the season, Matthew Stafford's going to be healthy. Cooper Kupp is going to be healthy. An offensive line, still very weak, but maybe a slight bit better. And then a defense of Aaron Donald that you have to worry about. So key players you got to worry about. I think you're going to lose that game. Week 7, you play the Seahawks. I have you losing to the Seahawks at home in Seattle. I'm sorry. The Seahawks are going to be competing with the Niners for the division title this year. I really do see that happening, but I don't see you guys beating the Seattle Seahawks at home or on the road. So I'm going to have you guys lose that one. Then you got to play the Ravens in week 8. I have you guys losing to the Ravens too. I really don't like doing this, but the Ravens are probably going to be poised for probably their best season in Lamar Jackson's career. I really do believe the Ravens have a lot to do what they can to win not only their division, but possibly even make a Super Bowl run this year because of how much they've done in the offseason. They probably are one of the teams that probably had one of the best offseason seasons so far in the NFL. So I don't see you guys being able to beat Lamar Jackson at all. Then in week 9, you play the Cleveland Browns, a game that maybe could be a trap game in some sorts, but I have the Browns winning that game. Deshaun Watson, going in there. Nick Chubb, a good, really solid run game. Amari Cooper, a good defense. With Za'Darius Smith, and Myles Garrett. I don't see you guys lose. I don't see you guys beating the Browns. I really don't. So you're gonna have a hard time with that. The Falcons week 10 at home could be one of those games that you could win, but I think you guys are gonna lose to the Falcons too, because the Falcons are a team that is building up. Okay, they're building up with a solid run game now with Bijan Robinson. They're getting better. The Falcons are a good team this year. I think they're going to be a sneaky good team in the NFC that possibly could sneak away with an NFC South division title. Who knows? They possibly could. So I see you guys losing to the Falcons. Not a very good matchup there. Week 11, play the Houston Texans. I have you guys losing to the Houston Texans, to be honest with you. I think the Texans at that point in the season, at the end of the season, I think they're going to get better. I personally think that CJ Stroud is the future for the team based off of what we've seen off film. I think he can turn the franchise around and help this franchise win a couple of games this year. So I think, it even that in terms of trading up with Arizona in this year's draft for Will Anderson could definitely pay off in the long run too. So I have the Texans winning that game too. I think the Texans are a team that's going to get better at the end of the season. I really do. Then you go to play week 12, you play the Rams. This is where you could potentially get yourself your very first win of the season. After 11 weeks, you could get yourself your very first season win. So I might give you guys a win against the Rams. It won't be easy. Don't know how it's going to happen, but you always seem to, always put up a good fight with them in the second half of the year. So I will give you the benefit of the doubt. I will give you guys that win. Then week 13, you play the Steelers. I have the Steelers winning that game. That defensive line, the defensive front there, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, the corners, defensive line, what can I really tell you? You're not going to beat the Steelers in Heinz Stadium. You're just not going to do that. So I have you guys losing to the Steelers. Week 15, play the 49ers. I have you guys losing to the Niners. I have you guys being swept by them this year. I really do. I don't think there's going to be anybody in particular, I think everything on the 49ers is something that you've got to worry about. They're going to get better. They're going to really put up numbers in this game. I think it could be an absolute blowout. So I have the Niners winning this game. Week 16, maybe you actually could pick up another win against the Bears, but I have the Bears winning for this game. And the reason why I have the Bears winning this game is because I feel that, the Bears at home in Chicago, typically is never really an easy place to play. So I have you guys actually, losing that one because of that reason. But this could be a game that you could actually steal away. maybe you could actually get a win here at the end of the season against a team that's probably going to be decent this year, but a beatable team. So I'll have you guys losing to the Bears in that one. But I would not be shocked if you guys beat the Bears in Chicago, though. I just wouldn't be surprised about that too much. Week 17, you play the Eagles. Got to pick the Eagles. One of the best teams in the NFC, NFL. So, I'm sorry. I don't see the Eagles losing to you guys. Then in week 18, you play the Seahawks. A game you could win. But I think the Seahawks are going to win. Mostly because I think that the Seahawks are going to be fighting for a playoff spot. And if they can't win the division against the 49ers, then they're going to play everybody that they possibly can. So I'll have the Seahawks win that one in week 18. So overall, I see you guys being at 1-16 this year. So I have you guys, this is probably going to be your floor. You could even go 0-17. I really would not be shocked if you went 0-17 this year. Again, I'm not doing this to pick on anybody. I'm giving you my honest opinion. I don't see the Cardinals being very good this year. I believe that now, as fans, as a new coaching staff, new regime, I think it's time to start playing for the future. And if you want to start playing for the future, you might want to start looking for maybe a new quarterback and moving off Kyler Murray, because I don't think Kyler Murray is going to be interested in staying in Arizona any longer. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this record prediction, whether if you agree or disagree with this. It's your boy JP Football Fanatic saying thanks, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.